Hey everyone, George here and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday when I was talking to you in another video about this particular quarantine tank, I mentioned the 20-gallon WATERBOX cube that we had planned on doing a build on over the next couple of weeks. Well, yesterday I got word that that aquarium has been delayed along with some of the other items that I need to do that build with. So what I was thinking, and I mentioned this a little bit in the video, I wasn't really sure about how serious I was at the time about doing this, but after thinking about it over the last 24 hours, I really kind of thought, why not? I mean, this is a perfectly good tank. It is a WaterBox Cube 20. It has been a quarantine tank for a very long time, and so it's cycled, it's well seasoned. There's a good supply of all the necessary fish in here, including the main characters, which would be those Apistogrammas that we talked about yesterday. I also, as you can see, found some red tetras in here. I'll have to get the specific scientific name for those, and I will put that in the video. But we also have a good cleanup crew. We've got the Cory cats. We've got a pleco in here that's a kind of a dwarf pleco, and he's a very unusual one, kind of a little expensive too. But he's in here, and we also have some autosynclists in here. So we really have all of the necessary cleanup crew to keep this tank in good shape. We have all the main fish. The only thing that's really missing is some of the main hardscaping, which would be to move some things around a little bit in here. I want to continue to use this red lava rock, which is something I personally collected with my son on a trip down to Oregon here last year. And I've got a ton of it I brought home with me. It's so light, you can really get a backpack full of this stuff, and it hardly weighs anything at all. And you know, it will tend to float in water unless you leave it in there for a period of time. But I've got red plants, I've got some carpet plants. We can choose from Monte Carlo to Cuban to more of these repens that we already have down here, to sort of find a carpeting plant that will do us the justice that we want to do to this tank. I think we've got all the components to put something really nice together, but I want your input. It's really important for me that you leave some comments down below as to what you think we should do with this tank and what adjustments. I'm going to give you some ideas of the plants that I have and give you an opportunity to sort of be a part of this build and to make this something really, really special. It's a beautiful tank already. No algae issues in here whatsoever. Crystal clear water and absolutely healthy fish in here. We just need a little work with the aesthetics, and I think we can do that. Anyways, we're going to talk about that as we do a little bit of footage at different angles of this tank, and I'm going to do a little narrating as to what I think should be done, but I'm looking for your input as well. So stick with me. We're going to be coming back in just a few minutes, and we're going to get right to it. So as I pointed out in a recent video that I uploaded, this is a quarantine tank typically, and had not really thought about using it as a show tank, but I see a lot of possibilities with this, and because of the recent holdup with the WaterBox Cube 20 that was supposed to be shipped to me, and not knowing exactly when that's going to arrive, I did go out yesterday and pick up 7 Phantom Red Tetra that are in the tank now, being quarantined along with the rest of these fish. And that's kind of a good thing because all of these fish will be quarantined together. So as I make decisions about the future of this tank, if everybody remains healthy in here, then the tank would basically be complete with all the stock necessary to make this a really, really pretty tank. So let's get into the build a little bit. I do see that some of the stone needs to be moved around a little bit, not very much. It is, as the rule of thirds go, or the golden rule, it is pretty much in shape, but you know, just a few adjustments here and there. I do, as I said, always use an odd number of stones. I think there's 5 in here. If you look at this close on and you look at the large stone to the right of the screen, that one probably needs to be moved in a little bit closer and tightened up. I can see the hardscape really being finished at that point. I don't think we need anything else as far as red rock in here. I may drop some small pieces of this red lava rock along the front area here. And the next thing that would be an idea of mine, and I would love your comments on this, is to build that center island of Anubias nana, which is what the plant is there. Build it up a little bit more, make it a little bit heavier and thicker. And then in the sides, in the back area, in proportion with the depth of the tank and to keep it on scale, I want to add some really pretty red plants. I have several in mind for this, and a couple of them do really well with moderate lighting, so they do start out green, and they as they're added to water and start to grow in the water column, they will get red in color as they start to grow. So that is a thought, and there's a couple of different plants that I can use for that. That would fill in some of those areas. And then as far as the front goes, I'm thinking either remove the repens that are there, because I just put them in there to add a little bit of character to the tank itself, because even though it was a tank that was being used to quarantine, I like things to look nice regardless, because you still have to look at these things. So the idea is to either continue to fill in those repens very heavily along the front and keep those trimmed down to make them look as though they're a carpet plant. Repens of this nature are very good for doing that, so that's a possibility. As you can see here, there are also some crypts on the side here. Those are bronze crypts. Don't know the actual scientific name. I will find that out for you. But they're placed in various places around the tank as well. You can't see the other side so easily because it is up against a wall in this corner area. So it is hard to see that, but you can see in this part of the video that crypt down at the bottom there is certainly a pretty crypt that will get very bronzy looking and look very nice against the fish and also the stone. So I would love to have your comments on that. I can also do Monte Carlo in the front, or a plant that's called Cuban, which is a very hardy plant. It's very dense and would look very nice in this frontal area here, as you see in this particular part of the video. But I'm not sure which ones will do best with this moderate lighting that I have in here. I want to keep it that way because the Apistos do like a moderate light setting, and I think that they would do well with that particular type of plant that grows in a low light setting. So I'm going to have to figure out which one of the plants will do that best, and we'll kind of go from there. But anyway, those are my ideas. If you have any other ideas of plants that can go in here that can really make this pop as far as color, that are low light plants or moderate light plants, I should say, because we can turn up the light a little bit on this. This is a programmable light on here, so we can turn that up and down and add some colors to it if we want to. But we got to be a little bit careful because, like I said, the Apistos do like that lower light. They're not big on really bright lights, so I don't want to ruin the setting for that. Anyways, leave your comments down below. I will get back to you. I'll be paying attention to the comments that this video gets in hopes that there's some ideas that I haven't thought of. If there's anything that I've said that you don't like the idea of me doing in here, please let me know, and I'll consider that, of course. And again, I just like this red lava rock so much. I think it works well with the fish that are already in here and looks good against the color. As you can see, these different angles that are being taken here for the video, you can see that rock just looks really good with these fish. And the dark substrate also makes these fish really stand out in color. So anyways, as I said, leave your comments down below. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, do leave a comment regarding the plants mostly. I think that's where I'm concerned the most. As far as the hardscape goes, I think I know where I'm going with that, or can pick up where I left off with it, and that would be cool to know what you guys think would be the best plants in here. So anyways, thank you for spending some time with me today, and like I said, leave your comments down below and I will consider anything you have to say, and we will talk again soon. Until the next time, thank you for sharing your time with me, and we'll see you again soon.